When are you getting engaged?
I ain't never doing it, man. I'm single like a middle finger for the rest of my life.
Why?
I'm living out the song. Man, I just feel like...
Living out the song.
Yeah, I'm living out the song.
Grab the KY, get yourself ready. You got some sliding to do. Hanging out with TL and the boys, maybe some critters too. So get your phone and get on the gram. You know where to find the man. Slide into the DMs. Girl, what's on your mind? Slide into the DMs. But baby, take your time. Slide, slide, slip it on in. Here we go again. DM Monday.
What's up, guys? Trey Lewis here. Welcome to my podcast, the DM Monday podcast. Episode 18, is that correct? Yep. With Trea Landon. What's up, man? How you doing?
What's up, buddy?
Did you go fishing today?
I'm good. No.
Oh, yeah, your boat's in the shop.
Boat's in the shop, man.
What's wrong with it?
Do you know Megan Patrick?
Yeah.
She broke my steering cable.
Oh, no.
She was steering my boat to the right, and then she turned it too far and snapped the cable.
Snap the cable. It's done.
I played it off.
Or were you just letting her borrow it or what?
We were on a little retreat thing with our publishing company on the lake one day.
Nice.
On a pontoon, and took my boat out there and was showing off.
Did you have to tow it back or what? So it won't turn at all.
No, she's been in the shop for like 3 weeks, bro.
Does that thing have power steering? My boat doesn't.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, so like the boats that have like the big motors on them, they'll have like power steering, and it's a lot easier to turn.
I've never had a big motor, so
Yeah. You don't need a big motor to catch fish. I mean, we went fishing a few weeks ago and he outfished me, so.
Dude, you caught your first bass though on Percy Priest.
Yeah, I caught my first bass on Percy Priest. I went with Will Hutchins the first time. He caught like 10, I caught 0. So,
I've heard some good fishing stories about that fella.
man, he's good. He's a good fisherman. He's a hell of a piano player too. A pianist.
I love it.
Anyways, man. Well, how you been? What you been up to?
Man, I've just been on the road.
Yeah.
Writing songs every day and getting ready for deer season.
Yeah. Do you ever get tired of like being on the road? It's like you get back on a Sunday at like 5 p.m. and then next thing you got to do is turn around Monday and go write a song.
I used to.
Yeah.
I don't anymore.
Yeah.
But you've been on the road way more than me.
Yeah.
Bro, you know.
But I feel like you've been writing way longer than me.
I don't know. How long have you been writing?
I mean, like, I would say, like, seriously, like, you know, like where, like, I'm actually doing something for like 5 years. You know?
That's about the same time. I've been writing for probably.
But you've probably had a publishing deal for. I feel like once you get a publishing deal, it's like a whole nother level of writing, right?
I have
in
no
a sense.
idea.
Do you feel like that?
I mean,
like before I was just kind of like writing with my friends. I mean, I had dates booked out, but it's like now I look at my calendar, I'm like November, February.
It's so weird because like I didn't even. Yeah, I mean before I moved here, I'd never even wrote a song with anybody. I wrote like 10 songs before I moved here when I was 21.
Yeah.
The first time I ever wrote a song with anybody was with Craig Campbell.
Oh wow, how'd that go?
I'm sure it was awesome.
I mean, for you, I mean, like I guess it was like.
Oh, dude, I was on. I just wrote with cloud 9, bro.
Yeah,
I was on cloud 9. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was like my first.
Did you use that as like a pickup line? Yeah, I mean, me and Craig Campbell were like best friends.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure, bro.
Yeah.
Family man.
Yeah.
I was singing that thing all the time, dude.
Well, I like fish.
Oh, me too.
Last night I played at the. We were supposed to do this last night, but I had to cancel. Did you feel like I big dogged you, or what do you call it? Big time?
Dude, I felt so big leagued. It wasn't even funny. I did. I was like,
I meant to text
and I
you.
was so excited. I was like, man, I'm ready to go do this with the real TL.
Yeah,
I'm ready to go see this.
We had the real TL on last week,
and then you hit me with the old swerve.
Well, the thing is, I meant to text you last week and I didn't. And usually if I don't do something right when I think about it.
But that's what was weird because you did text me last week. But it was, hey, man, are we still on for the podcast?
Well, I meant like after that. Like, I meant
damn, he even like followed up with a player.
Well, I thought it was Tuesday. But it was really Monday. I'm just kidding, it up. Bro. But anyways, I got to play the Country Music Hall of Fame for Creative Vets last night. It was really cool, but Craig was up there and he played.
No way. Dude, that's awesome, man.
And I'm playing his coffee shop tomorrow down there.
You're playing Craig's Coffee Shop tomorrow night?
Yeah.
What time?
I don't know. I'll have to look, but I guess 6 or something like that. I guess my sound check's at like...
Man, I went down there the day they opened it.
Yeah.
It was awesome. I had a croissant sandwich.
You played down there?
No, I didn't play. I just went and had some coffee.
Yeah.
Went and had some coffee, and man, that place was slammed.
Yeah, I've been looking at houses, and like I was like looking at like what houses cost down there because it's a little ways out of town. And I was like, yeah, can't move down there. Mm-hmm. Real expensive.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah. He's got that outskirts of heaven money.
Mm-hmm. Have you been fishing?
Dude, I haven't. I've been just writing so much, but
well, I haven't been on the road. I'm like chomping at the bit to get on the road. I mean, we played Clemson and Statesboro like 2 weekends ago, and I'm off for the next 3 weeks, and then we're pretty much out mostly every weekend.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it can't get here fast enough.
Yeah, I'm taking the whole week off next week. And I'm like, I was going to go down to Florida, that place I go, but they said they're having like a algae bloom right now, so the fishing wouldn't be that good. So I'm just going to go down to Alabama and fish for a couple of days. Statesboro, how was that? Ain't that where you're from? Somewhere down there?
Yeah, I'm from Daisy. I'm from like 30 minutes from there.
So how did you get into music?
I started playing at Rum Runners.
Yeah.
When I was in Statesboro, when I was like 17 years old.
I mean, but have you always played music like as a kid, or was it in your family or anything like that?
Nobody plays music. I remember seeing my cousin playing a drum set.
Yeah.
That's like my first time ever being around an instrument. My granddad would play guitar in the living room sometimes when I was real little. And I remember like he didn't play often, and he can only play like 3 chords. But every now and then, I remember getting out the shower when I would go visit with my grandparents, and I would already hear him from down the hallway. He'd be in the living room playing the guitar. And I just remember like just being in awe, like going in there and sitting cross-legged in the living room, just knee high, you know, just watching him play these same little, he would play Chet Atkins' Wildwood Flower and like, you know, Waltz Across Texas, like songs people have never even heard of. And other than that, I saw my cousin play a drum set one time. He had a drum set in his bedroom, and he would turn on
Kiss or something.
Dude, no, he was playing Bob Seger, Old Time Rock and Roll.
Oh yeah.
And he would just play that thing over and over. And I would watch him play that shit to this. He would just put it on a you know those big ass boom boxes they used to have?
Yeah.
With like the speakers that you had to like wire in with like speaker wire.
Yeah.
And it had like the cassette and the CD thing.
Yeah.
You could put like 8 of them in at one time.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody had those.
Yeah, dude. I forget what they're called, but he would turn that bastard up as loud as it would go and just play that song over and over.
And play along with it on drums.
Play along with it. And once again, I just remember just sitting in the corner, just like could watch him do it all day. And first instrument I ever got was a drum set when I was probably 9. And then, but at the time, I was playing like, my family listened to country music. So that's kind of like what I was familiar with. And I would play the same thing. I would have a cassette thing, and I would play along to the songs. Because we didn't have like iPods and shit back then, you know?
Yeah.
Or like you could get like it
was CDs,
at best you could get a CD player with like headphones.
Yeah.
You know, with like the foam shit.
Oh, I know. My first truck, I had like one of those. It was a tape. It went tape, and then a cord came out, and then you plugged it into CD player.
Shit, you had that up until just about a year and a half ago.
No, I mean I had the tape deck, but I didn't have the CD player.
Oh, not the CD player. No,
you had to get the expensive one, so when you hit a bump, it didn't skip. Anyways,
so yeah, man, I would play those songs, and I remember getting so bored as a drummer, like. With what was currently popular at that time.
So you did play drums. So yeah, when I sit down on drums, I'm just like, I don't even know what to do.
Drums are definitely my best instrument. For sure.
Nice.
But like I got bored with that and went into like Linkin Park.
Yeah.
Like Nickelback. The Nickelback.
Yeah.
Yeah. When my parents, my mom and dad split, she started dating this guy that just like, he was always playing Linkin Park.
Yeah.
So I just kind of got...
It starts with one thing.
I don't know why. Yeah, come on, bro. Anyways, Chester Bennington, bro. Yeah. The lead singer, I mean, R.I.P. Man, he was like my idol as a kid. I mean, I wanted to get the flame tattoos and shit. I mean, he was just like, he was so good. And there was this album that they did called Live in Texas, and I would come. I had it on DVD. I would come home every day from school. There was a solid year of my life where I would come home from middle school and turn that on in my bedroom on my TV and turn it up as loud as it would go and play along to their whole live set.
Oh wow, yeah,
yeah. It was like a weird obsession.
Mcilwain, you do shit like that, didn't you?
Yeah, that story describes me coming up from like 8 years old when I got my first kit. Like it was, I played with a boombox for the longest time. Like I annoyed the shit out of my family. Just it was, I mean, exact same.
Drummers
thing.
unite.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Every time we go to Mcilwain's house when he lived down in Selma and he would be drunk, he'd make us watch like live performances.
Mm-hmm. No way.
Yeah.
Dude, that's so funny. But I don't know. I mean, so I guess like that kind of Linkin Park kind of spawned into this whole thing. And then, I was like, I'm pretty in that punk world, alternative world.
We kind of like fuck country at that point in time.
I wasn't fuck country at all. I was like, I listened to country.
Like when you were being a good boy hanging out with your parents or something.
I mean, yeah.
That's kind of how I was.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I don't know. I would listen.
I would gangster rap phase, but
I mean, I like gangster rap.
Yeah.
No, I like all music.
Yeah.
But if it's like, personally, if I'm on my own time and I'm listening to music that I want to listen to, I'm listening to gangster rap.
Yeah.
Like storytelling rap that's like the shit we probably shouldn't be listening to.
Yeah.
Like it's not good stuff, but like it's real. It's their life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like I grew up with people like that.
Yeah.
I grew up with people. I went to school with people like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's like I don't know. I like that thing. I like Hank Jr.
Yeah.
Conway Twitty.
So you don't like Hank Jr. I mean, just get out,
I love Hank Jr., baby.
What's your favorite Hank Jr. song?
Shit, dude. I mean, I don't know. Maybe Dixie on My Mind.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like Feeling Better. It was like a later one. Mm-hmm. Have you heard that one?
I think I have.
I'm feeling better now that I'm back on the road. I don't know.
I can't remember.
I have to send it to you.
I like OD'd in Denver.
Yeah, I love that one too.
Major Moves, Country State of Mind.
Country State of Mind.
Women I Never Had.
That's one of my, Women
I Never Had.
Yeah,
Come on, bro.
That's our song. Yeah,
Come on, bro.
It's great.
Jeez Louise. But I don't know. So, yeah, I mean, I started playing all that shit, and that's what I listen to most of the time.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm in my truck, I'm listening to something from like Breaking Benjamin, like Good Charlotte.
But I feel like I'm a little bit older than you, but I feel like we grew up in that era of the burnt CD, and
LimeWire.
Yeah, LimeWire, and it's like on the burnt CD, you're gonna have some Hank Jr., you're gonna have Bob Seger, and then you're gonna have some Tupac, and then you're gonna have some punk rock on there.
Oh yeah, bro.
And today it's not like that, These kids just don't know. I mean, you got the playlist now. You can make your own playlist, but it wasn't the same as like spending the 15 minutes making the burnt CD.
I know. I just wound up falling in love with that. The punk, they just don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck about nothing.
Yeah, like lyrics
but just in their everyday life.
Oh yeah.
Like
it's the whole lifestyle.
It's the lifestyle of it. It's like they stand for something most of the time.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know, they just don't give a shit.
Yeah, Eminem didn't give a shit. Limp Bizkit, none of those guys.
Limp Bizkit.
Yeah.
And Eminem is the GOAT for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
His world. But I don't know, dude. Like, I had to stop that when I started singing. At the same time that I would be playing those songs in my bedroom all day, I would be playing Linkin Park all day. But when I was in the shower that night, I would be singing God Bless the Broken Road by Rascal Flatts. Because I loved singing, but I didn't sing. But when I started kind of deciding that I wanted to sing, I was 16, and I immediately knew I could not sing that genre. But I also didn't know how to play guitar. So I was like, okay, if I'm going to sing, I'm going to have to sing country, but I can't drum and sing at the same time. Like I physically can.
Yeah.
But I can't. I was like, I don't want to be the weirdo
guy
that's, lead singing in the band, but plays the drums. It's like, so I'm like, shit, I have to learn how to play guitar. So bought a guitar and I learned on YouTube in a couple of months. And dude, probably within like, I don't even know, maybe 6 months even picking it up, Luke Bryan was playing one of the first farm tours in Georgia, in Claxton, Georgia, like where I'm from. Yeah. And this fella that owned the farm he was playing at, his name was Woody. Yeah. Old man. So I called Mr. Woody. He had the tractor pull every Saturday night at his house, and it was the same place. So I called Mr. Woody. I said, hey man, I heard there's a fella coming to play. We didn't know who he was really at the time. He had like, I forget what song came out, but it might have been that, or We Rode in Trucks. Yeah. I think I just said We Woed. We Woed. That's cool. Wow. We rode. Wow, bro. It happens. Anyways, so I call Woody and I'm like, hey, I hear there's a concert at your house, and I've been playing guitar, and I want to.
Isn't it funny how fearless you are when you first start out?
I was like, I want to come play at that thing. You ain't got to pay me nothing. Yeah. He's like, well, I ain't supposed to give nobody this number, but here's the guy that headed all this up, and he gives me a random phone number, and I call that guy, tell him the same thing, and he's like, man, we already got it covered, but I own a bar in Statesboro, and man, I'll pay you $100 if you come play one night. He said, call me in a couple of weeks and we'll iron something out. Yeah. And that's how I ever even started playing in Statesboro. Yeah. I mean, I guess in a way, literally like Luke Bryan playing there is the whole reason I called that guy, and then I got that guy's number, and then that was my first time playing at a bar.
What was the bar down there?
It was Rum Runners.
Rum Runners. Mm-hmm. Was that where the Blue Room is now, or what?
No. It was, did you ever go to the plaza where like Retrievers was and the tavern, or like Rude Rudy's?
Mm-mm. What's the one with the weird name?
Dingus.
Dingus.
It's right across the street from Dingus.
Okay, yeah.
But the Blue Room is obviously close to that. Yeah. Every time we play, I don't know, usually when we play in Statesboro, when it's over, we're on the bus and back. Yeah. Pretty soon. But like when I'm just in Statesboro visiting, I'll usually see Al. Like we'll hang out or something. I make it a point to go see Al when I'm visiting.
That dude loves you, man.
Dude, I love Al.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I'll usually go to the Blue Room with Al when I'm in town, and he'll give me the VIP treatment. It's you freaking know.
Yeah, I know.
Awesome. So I mean, like you were talking about, the energy of that shit is just...
It's unreal, man. I don't know what it is. I mean, I think him and William have just done a good job of just like... They got it figured out down there, That place is going to sell out, whether Riley Green's playing there or whether... the kid that just got a guitar's playing there,
Dude, I'm actually going down there in 2 weeks to film my music video for Lost right now.
I shot my song Whole Lot of Nothing. Mm-hmm. I shot the video down there with Madison Mettler. You know him?
Mm-mm. What town?
I don't know. It was just on some dirt road. I'll show it to you. But it's just
I want to see.
There's just some like dirt road and like some.
I wonder if I'd know it.
Some old houses and stuff, and we just shot it right there. It was pretty cool.
That's awesome, dude. I want to see it.
Yeah, I mean we kind of threw it together, but it's that was when budget was pretty low back then. Mm-hmm. I think we spent $1,500 on the whole thing, but I mean we made it look good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're going down there to film it.
That's great, man. When is that?
The 28th and 29th, Wednesday and Thursday.
See where I'll be. I'm off.
You should come.
Yeah. Oh wait, I think I'll leave.
I'm gonna film it on a floating dock. My buddy has a pallet about twice the size of this table here.
Yeah, if I'm off, I'll definitely be there.
You should come. My buddy has a floating pallet twice the size of this thing with a trolling motor on it.
Oh, nice.
And I'm gonna
put a band on.
I'm gonna drive that bitch out in the middle of a pond and then have my guitar with me and then have a drone. I'm looking forward to going back down there and seeing all my hometown people, and yeah, man, the song's doing good. So
yeah, that's great. There's another one there's another song that you have that's on TikTok, but it's not like the sound it doesn't have your name on it, like one of those like Up to Date Country or somebody shared it. But I was like looking at it the other day. It's like 70,000 videos with it or something.
I wonder which one it was.
Little Lost is the one that's like sitting on a John boat. Mm-hmm. Is there like another one called like 4-wheel low or something like that?
4-wheel low.
Or something like that?
4 low high.
4 low high?
4 low high.
Well, how does that one go?
Baby, I just want to take it on out.
Yeah, I think that's it.
That one's not out, right? Low high.
That one's not out, right? Mm-mm. Yeah, that was the one. I'll find it and send it to you.
It will be soon, though.
Yeah.
I got a bunch of stuff about to come out.
Dude, you got so many bangers, and your voice is like...
Oh, thank you, buddy.
I mean, it's like... There's nothing like it anywhere.
The real TL.
It is, yeah.
The real TL himself.
Somebody's got to take the title, you know? I mean, the real TL's still kicking, so...
It'd been great to have you, him, and Tracy Lawrence all on the same time and just going back and forth.
Just going back and forth and just argue about who's the real TL. Like, I mean, we obviously know he has 18 number ones.
Do you know him? Who? Have you met the real TL?
Tracy Lawrence?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had him on the podcast.
Oh, so that's already happened?
Yeah, it already happened.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
So was that your first time meeting him?
No, we played a show with him.
Are you friends with him?
Yeah, we're friends. I have his number in my phone.
No way.
Yeah, we text. It's weird. I was talking about that earlier, our last episode.
I met him one time in Vegas at the ACMs with Rob and Shannon Hatch.
Yeah.
And I met him for, I don't know, we were all together for about an hour.
Dude, he's the coolest fucking person ever.
He was cool, man.
Oh, bro. It was amazing. We had the best time.
So my buddy Boyd, he tour manages for Clay Walker.
Uh-huh.
And he FaceTimed me one night. He was with Clay and with Tracy Lawrence, because him and Tracy Lawrence, Clay Walker and Tracy Lawrence do this thing where they'll go like co-bill a show together, but they'll share band members, you know? Mm-hmm. And they FaceTimed me one night, you know, talking about Dick Down in Dallas. He said that Tracy Lawrence came in the bus. Was like, I got to show y'all this song. I bet y'all never heard it, and like played the song or whatever. So I was already freaking out that, you know, Clay Walker and Tracy Lawrence are fucking listening to my song, you know. And but we played a show. It was me, him, and Laney. And where was that, Mcilwain?
That West
Virginia show, like a few months back. And I'm just sitting in our bandwagon, and his tour manager came, knocked on my door, was like, dude, Tracy wants to meet you. I was like, okay, cool. Because you know how it is when you open for people. You never want to bother the person you're opening for, you know. Just a germ attack.
I know.
So, like, you know, I mean, sometimes I don't want to be bothered, you know. So it's like, I get it. But I was like, cool. And so I went over there and we just chopped it up and, you know, laughed and whatever. So I just thought that was really cool. And then he does a podcast on his bus. It's called TL Roadhouse.
Nice.
So he was like, man, I'll get you on my podcast.
Did you do it?
Well, I was going to, and we had another show with him that we recently just did. But he had some bus problems. So he had to use one of his old buses, and he didn't have like the expander. So he didn't do it. So he said, I missed your podcast, and he's supposed to have Hardy on. So he was like, we'll get another one. But he came and did mine. So, you know, man of his word, dude. Mm-hmm. That's pretty cool.
That's freaking awesome,
he didn't have to come here, you know? Like,
didn't have to, yeah.
Yeah, neither did you, but, you know.
Oh, dude, I wouldn't miss it for the world, buddy.
Yeah, it's good times, man.
Good times. We need to go fishing again on my boat.
We're going to do it. We're going to do it. I'm about to buy one of them fishing kayaks.
I've seen that. I haven't looked them up yet, so I don't really know what they are.
Yeah. I mean, you got a boat, so you're good. But I don't think I'm going to sell mine.
I'm about to sell mine.
Are you? What are you going to get? Some more hunting shit?
No. Hunting shit.
Some hunting stuff. Guns or whatever. I don't hunt.
So I want another boat. I just want a center console.
Oh, yeah, for the river?
No, man, every year I go to Okeechobee, and we do like a 2-week writer's trip.
Yeah.
And we take my boat down there, get this nice little Airbnb on the water.
Yeah.
It has a boat slip and all. And we basically stay there for like 9 or 10 days and just set up a studio, write twice a day and fish twice a day.
That's great.
And
once in the morning,
then we write.
Nap, and then fish at night.
Well, we'll get up, go fishing.
Yeah.
Then we'll write.
Yeah.
Then we'll fish again. Then we write.
Oh, nice.
I don't take naps.
So no naps.
I don't take naps.
I'm a big nap guy.
Dude, I can't take naps. It's the weirdest thing. If I fall asleep in the day.
Yeah, you're screwed.
Yeah, if I wake up, I feel so bad. Like, I feel so terrible when I take a nap when I wake up.
Yeah, me and Mcilwain went down there to Florida. We were getting up at like 4 a.m, trying to go catch a hammer, stop at about noon, go eat lunch, take a nap, and then go fishing from 4 to sundown. But yeah, I'm a big nap guy, but you ain't like that.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
I would love to take naps here and there, but I just don't because I feel like shit. But I want to sell this boat because we've done the Okeechobee thing 3 years now.
Yeah.
And I'm ready to make the transition to saltwater.
Oh, nice.
I want to do the same thing.
But do it on saltwater.
But just be able to go down to Pensacola.
Yeah,
like
Pensacola.
5.5 hours and go catch some reds.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's fun. My buddy, John Pierce?
Mm-hmm. Oh, dude, he slays them.
Dude, he
slays some fish, bro.
He wears them out. But he catches them on fly rods. I told him fly fishing was for liberals.
Yeah, it is. For sure.
And anyways, so let's get back to your story. So you start playing in Statesboro,
Mm-hmm.
doing all that stuff. Where was your next gig at? Like, when did you start traveling? Like, did you start traveling other places, or did you move to Nashville, or like, how did that all go down?
I was 17 when I started playing at Rum Runners. So, I basically would play. I played there for about 3-4 months.
Yeah.
Every Friday night-ish.
All your friends come.
Yeah.
Family.
The ones that could get in.
Yeah.
So a lot of my friends didn't have fake IDs at the time because I was in high school. So but I did have friends that were a grade ahead of me that were already in college from my high school. So I had friends that were in college even when I was in high school from that reason. But yeah, they would all come out. I played there for like 3 or 4 months, and then I moved to the bar next door for a couple months, and then I met this other guy and I started playing at his bar. And once I started playing for that fella, I just kind of stuck with that bar.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Yeah.
And then he kind of helped me piece together a band. I guess I was playing acoustic.
Yeah.
For probably like a year and a half. Every weekend, like every Friday and Saturday night, pretty much.
I played the same acoustic gig for 3 years straight.
Yeah. So dude,
no monitor, just up there ripping it.
Yeah,
Didn't even know what a monitor was.
Yeah, dude. I did all that shit, and then he helped me piece together a band. And once we had a band, I was 19, and once we had a band, we would play that same bar, but instead of playing outside on the deck, I was able to play inside on the main stage. So we did that probably once a month, and then he helped me, play in Athens and Macon and Augusta, and we probably had 8 to 10 different markets that we played, that we cycled through, thanks to him and his friendships with people that own venues. And
are you still friends with that guy?
Yeah.
Who is it?
Yeah, his name's Nathan Queen.
Sweet.
Yeah, he's
Shout out to Nathan.
Shout out to Nathan, bro. He's my boy. And then, so I was playing, I started playing in the bars when I was 17, started playing with a band when I was 19. And by the time I was 21...
Did you go to college or anything?
I went to East Georgia for like 3 semesters. Yeah. And I was working at Coca-Cola in Savannah. I was on a truck. I was on a route.
You had a real job.
I had a real job at Coca-Cola, man. I rode on a Coca-Cola truck, and just whoever had the most cases that day at the plant is who I rode with.
Yeah.
Because they needed the help the most.
Yeah.
So I was always on a truck that had 1,000 or more cases on it every day. Wow. And we would have 20 to 30 stops, gas stations. And we would...
So what you're saying is you're a lot stronger than you look.
Probably not anymore. I'm probably exactly like I look right now.
No kidding.
But I don't know. Either way, yeah, dude. So I was doing that and then playing shows on the weekends. But by the time I was 21, we had enough... we were playing enough shows in the Southeast to where I could consistently keep the same band members to where I always had a band available to take shows. And I was just hustling, dude. Yeah. I was like, I had the people that were willing to work with me. And so I just was hustling the shows, bro.
Were you recording any music, writing any music at that time, or not really?
No, I didn't. Yeah. When I was 21 is when I wrote my first song, really.
What was it called?
Let's see. I say that. I wrote my first song when I was 16, and it was called Closer to Me.
Nice. Sounds like
it is about exactly what you think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
a truck and a girl.
But like, the song you wrote when you were 21, you were like, I could play some.
I probably wrote 4 or 5 songs before I was 21, but when I turned 21 was when I was like, I had been doing it to a point for 3 or 4 years where I was in front of people every night, especially drunk people.
Yeah.
At like playing bars where like
you played Country Girl Shake It for me enough times to know that whatever you were going to write needed to be something that would get the country girl shaking it for you.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. So like when I was 21, I wrote like probably 10 songs and I picked by myself, and I was like, okay, I'm going to record my favorite 3 of these because that's what I could afford to get done in Nashville. So I drove up here.
I see you drove up here.
I drove up here in my granddad's Monte Carlo to the Ruckus Room.
Yeah. And how did you meet whoever you were recording with? Did you have a connection?
So back in the day when we all still lived in Georgia, Ray Fulcher had put a song out, and I forget what it was even called now, but like it was one of the first. It was the first song he probably ever put out.
So back in the day, you were friends with Ray. Who else?
Oh man, before I moved here, I was buddies with Ray.
Yeah.
Nate Kenyon.
Yeah.
Matt McKinney.
Yeah.
And those are probably the only people that I knew from my place down there, Georgia Southern. But dude, wow.
Yeah, freaking that's crazy, right?
Memory lane.
Yeah. Taking you back.
Yeah.
Did you like my pun there?
I did.
Yeah.
I did. But I don't know. I called Ray Fulcher. I heard him put this song out. And I was like, oh my gosh, this sounds freaking amazing. And I don't know. I'll have to text him, and I'll have to look on my thing here and see what it's called when I leave here.
I'm gonna get him on this podcast one day.
Oh, you should, man. Ray's the shit, dude. He put this thing out, and I remember calling Ray, and I was like, bro, where did you do this, and how much did it cost? And he's the one that hooked me up with Jamie Tate at Ruckus Room.
Yeah.
So I come up here and I record 3 songs, and then I put them out. Back in the day, like the whole old TuneCore or CD Baby, I forget. Yeah. I put them out and just started working it really hard on like Facebook at the time and like Twitter and Vine and shit like that, you know? And I forget what it was, but it was like whatever. I had like $3,500 maybe and all my songs.
Yeah.
And you know, I was selling them on iTunes for like 99 cents or whatever, and the EP was like $2.99. I wound up selling like a little over 2,000 downloads like the first week that it released. Yeah. You know, and I was like, to the point where it charted, you know, at that time, like top 10. And I was like, holy shit.
This is it.
Like, you know, I just made my money back on this. Yeah. And like, this might, you know, I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but I'm already playing shows all the time and I'm making a little bit, I'm getting by with this. Now I got this little bit of, if I just keep writing now and keep putting shit out, hopefully people will keep buying it. So I don't know. I went all in on it and quit my job at Coke and then put in my 2 weeks notice and then moved up here.
Yeah.
Like a little couple months later.
Been up here ever since.
Been up here ever since, dude.
Did you have any like when you first got to town, did you have any like other than, I guess you had Ray and Nate. Was Nate here yet?
Nate was here a month before me.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So I met Nate that the second frat show I did for William. He opened for me, and that was before Dig Down Dallas or anything like that. And I remember telling McKinney, like, I met this guy this weekend, Nate Kenyon. He was like, holy shit, dude. That guy's one of the fucking best.
Yeah.
You know? That's pretty cool.
Yeah. But I don't know. I mean, like, when I first moved here, when I moved here and you went to Tin Roof on Tuesday night, you know, like you would see Luke Combs.
Yeah.
And, you know, Chris Young's still in there a lot.
But like, I mean, I wasn't living up here yet, but like Muscadine would hang out a lot.
Muscadine,
Langston
Charlie,
would hang out
Langston's in there. I mean, everybody. Travis.
Yeah.
it was just constant. Everybody was always in there.
A big group. Yeah, a lot of those people are doing big things now.
It's so wild to see like where some of those people are now.
When I guess was Ray and Luke writing together a lot when you first moved to town, or was that wasn't even a thing yet, was it?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
I know they've been writing together for a long time.
Yeah.
I don't know how long. I'm sure they have.
Yeah, it's wild. So you get to town. What are your next moves when you get here?
I moved here and played a show. Shout out to Cody Walden.
Yeah.
Tin Reef Revival. He put me on a show there, like my second week in town.
Nice.
And my same buddy Nathan.
Yeah.
Had a friend that lived here who was an entertainment lawyer.
Yeah.
And he was like, go out and see my friend Trey tonight. He's playing at Tin Reef. So the guy comes out and sees me, and he's like, man, after my show, he's like, man, I really love your stuff. And wound up being Dallas Davidson's brother.
Wow.
And so he had just started a publishing company, and he offered me a publishing deal.
Was that Play It Again?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yep, I got to go hang out with Dallas probably like that next week. Insane. I guess he'd sent Dallas my songs, and Dallas calls me one day, and I was like in Atlanta or something, and he goes, hey man, this is Dallas Davidson. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
What's up, man? And he was like, man, I love your stuff. Can I meet you tomorrow for lunch? I'm like, yes. Come to town. I met him. We hit it off. And he offered me a publishing deal. And
I mean, how crazy is that? You know, I feel like
it's crazy, dude.
He calls you, but the thing, this is something worth talking about. I feel like a lot of the times in the writing world, you see a lot of young artists, you know, they're getting to go write with Casey Beathard and Dallas Davidson and all these people. Mm-hmm. They don't even know who these people are, you know? And we're like, damn, these people are like when Dallas calls you, you know who he was, you know? Mm-hmm. But like sometimes some of these artists don't even know who they're like, the opportunities that they're getting. I know. You know? Pretty
wild to think it, but it's true, yeah.
Yeah, it's nuts. But so you signed the deal?
Mm-hmm. I signed a deal and then put my touring on hold. Yeah. Did the whole, okay, well, I know I've been building this thing, but let me put this on hold, which was just like so stupid.
Yeah.
Let me put this thing I've been building on hold to just write songs and do nothing but that for 2 years.
Yeah.
To maybe get a record deal,
Yeah.
But like, which happened, and I'm like,
you got the record
bro.
deal.
I mean, and it's like so.
You had
good.
a song go to radio.
It's so good, bro. Yeah, man. I love my team over there. They're freaking awesome.
Yeah,
and like they're fired up about everything we're about to do. So, still, didn't tour for a while. So I don't know. It was weird for a while because I was 21, getting paid to write songs. Like I did, I like my bills were paid.
Yeah.
Like, it's not much money.
It's not much money, but
like, bro, I was 21 years old, having, writing songs Monday through Friday. And my rent was paid, and like I had a little running around money to go drink.
You go to Tin Roof, yeah.
And
all the cool kids.
So it wasn't much, but it was awesome for that time of my life. But I wasn't doing anything. I just was able to get in a routine. So like, I was here Monday through Friday writing songs, and when you're writing songs, you're done at 3 o'clock every day, 4 o'clock every day. So
drinking time. Yeah,
you did it every night, and then I was here on the weekend.
I just thought about this, and this is completely random. So Dallas has this house. It's like on the river somewhere. It's like an hour out of town.
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It's a small house. Mm-hmm. Well, so when I originally, before I moved to Nashville, I put out a song called Whiskey Miss Me. Mm-hmm. We recorded it Benchmark with Chris Utley.
Nice.
On the day of the eclipse.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
And we came up here and shot the video. What's that guy's? It was Bono Video. What was that guy's name?
Bo Ibbotson.
Bo Ibbotson. And he did the video. At the time, he was doing Muscadine stuff. Mm-hmm. And I was like, that's who's going to do mine because, I got to make it to the next level here.
Yeah, bro.
So,
dude, Bo's awesome.
He's awesome. We came up here. It was my first real music video. I did one back in Alabama. It was like $500. It's terrible. You can find it on the internet. The song's called Breathless. But anyways, We took it off our page, but the guy that did the video left it up.
Did it get pulled?
Can you send that to me?
I will. It's so
Please,
bad.
bro.
So we use like stock footage. I have this like chin hair that's just here.
Oh
I
no!
think there was two of the.
Oh,
there's
no.
like three of the same clips.
I'm wearing a V-neck.
This sounds like Christmas card material.
Yeah,
What are you doing?
I'm wearing like a V-neck. You know, I've never wore a V-neck in my life other than that day.
That video did really
You've had
well.
a V.
Though.
You've had a V on your neck.
Yeah, of course.
Hey, let's credit this too. You know, Whiskey Miss Me has crossed over 1 million streams now.
Oh yeah. But anyway, so
Congrats! I'm sure you.
we
on the
shot
Masters.
the video in his house, at that lake house or that river house, and it was cold as fuck. But like when we were shooting the video, I found out that it was his house, which was insane. And
Did it have the Georgia Bulldogs G in the yard yet?
I don't think so.
See that house you're talking
Because
about?
it's like you pull in, the house is right here, and then it has like a yard.
It has a
and
boat
then there's-
landing.
Yeah.
There's a boat launch right there.
Yeah.
It must have been after that, but he had a Georgia G cut and like died into his
really?
grass.
Yeah. This was 2017.
He
or 18,
sold that to
so-
Chris Jansen.
Really? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would be the spot, dude. Like if I could find a spot like that, that would be prime time. I wonder how much a spot like that is now.
What part? Not like out in what part of town's that in?
I don't remember where
It's
that.
in Waverly.
Waverly. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I lived during the pandemic.
Oh, really?
I lived about 8 miles from there.
Was about an hour and a half out of town, or maybe 45
That
minutes.
place is mine.
Yeah.
Mine was like an hour 15.
Yeah.
but that's about an hour and a half.
Dude, it was so cold that night, and
That's
I
the
had
Duck River.
and I had Randy McFadden.
Oh yeah.
She was in the video. She like played the girl, and which is funny because
Randy.
yeah, her and which is funny because she was working for Riley back then, and Ben, my guitar player, music director in my band, was playing for Riley back then.
Ben Miller.
Ben Miller, yeah.
Yeah. I was on tour with Riley
Oh yeah,
at that point in time.
Yeah.
That was the Outlaws Like Us tour.
man, how was
I
that?
opened up for Riley on that tour for like probably 15.
Yeah, my
I think
manager
it was
met
like
you
20
when you were
days.
on that tour. I think at Iron City or something.
Who's your
down there.
manager?
Alex Cape.
Nice.
He said y'all just had one conversation one time. He thought you were a good dude.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Alex
yeah.
Cape.
Yeah, he'll be reviewing this.
He's the
so.
executive producer on this.
Well,
so he'll
Alex
definitely-
Cape, it's
yeah.
been
I'll
a
definitely see it.
pleasure knowing you, buddy.
But yeah, it's just crazy, man, how everything kind of we all connect in some, form or fashion. And then Jordan Rager's been out on the road with us some.
Nice.
And, him and Randy are together now, so it's pretty cool.
They're just the cutest little couple.
They are, man. It's
are.
great.
I saw them at Live Oak
Yeah.
about a month ago at a little round I was playing.
Yeah, they just got engaged.
I saw that.
And he kept that shit like under his hat because I talked to him. He was like, "Yeah, it's Randy's birthday. We're just going to Chicago. It's our favorite city." Like we were on the phone. Like he could have told me, I'm going to do it this weekend. But
He had to commit. He probably committed.
yeah,
in
he probably
secrecy.
heard
was
that I
like,
got a
I'm
big
not
mouth.
telling
so-
nobody.
Yeah,
He just committed to the.
You want a secret? Don't tell Trey Lewis.
that ain't true. I know some secrets about
He
people.
does.
When are you
That
getting
ain't so.
engaged?
I ain't never doing it, man. I'm single like a middle finger for the rest of my life.
Why?
I'm living out the song, man. I just feel like
Living out the song.
Yeah, I'm living out the song. I just feel like, I mean, Trey, I got the sobriety thing down.
You got the itch.
I've been sober 15 years.
He don't have the itch.
You
Not
got
yet.
the itch.
I've been sober for a long time, and I feel like I've found somewhat of a success of a music career, and I'm
Yeah, you have.
I see my therapist, on the reg, and I'm a pretty happy guy, and I've got some things figured out, but when it comes to relationships, man, might just not be for me, man.
Dude, I think you're gonna find a good one here at some
Not
point.
here.
At some point,
I've noticed people do find them in Nashville. I don't know how, but Jesus
if you met a
Christ.
girl at church, would you tell her that you were the guy that sang "Dick Down in Dallas"?
Of course. I mean, hell, if my mom's hey, listen, for Christmas, I paid a lot of my mom's debt off, and if my mom is proud of me, for singing that song,
Very good point.
and then loves me, if then
She can too.
yeah, then she can too.
Yeah. There you go.
But I did date a girl. I was dating this one girl right before the song kind of popped off, and I could just tell it wasn't gonna fly with her family, and And so I just had to like get on up out of there.
Dude, that's so funny.
Yeah, I just knew that it wasn't, I can get that it would offend some people, but I think it's just going to take the right one to kind of get there. And I mean, in my last relationship, I really tried hard to make things work. It just didn't.
Isn't it crazy? Like, you could very well treat a girl better than some random guy.
Yeah.
But just because you're like this brand.
Yeah.
You're like, you got the big X just off the bat from like some chicks and like their family. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. And that's true too. I mean, but I mean, it's crazy, man. It's, that's the one thing that I've realized too is like, it's hard to tell now who's genuine and who's not.
I feel you, dude.
Just off the cusp. You know what I mean? Like, but the longer I've learned to stay true to myself. It's like, I'll meet somebody that I like and find out real quick if they're just like me because I sing Dick Down in Dallas, or if they're actually interested in me as a person. So like sometimes, I just think it's like if I sit there and have a conversation with them, within 5 minutes they're gonna know real quick that I'm not like what that says. You know what I mean? So it's just about being consistent in who I am.
How
as a
often
person.
do people look at you like you're crazy when you like fans come up to you and they're fucked up and they're like, let me get you a shot.
Yeah.
And you have to be like,
I'm like,
drink.
I'm good. I don't drink. They're like, really?
I bet that's all the time.
Awful. But that was like that before any of this shit happened. I mean, that's been years in bars. I mean, usually I'd just be like, I don't drink, but hey, Matt, open your mouth, and I'll just
he poured he don't do it anymore, but
pass it on.
He normally comes back there. He used to come back there.
Yeah, I don't let Matt drink anymore while we're playing. After it's over, he can drink all he wants.
Yeah, he
drummer's got to keep time,
Yeah, there's too much going on back there now. I'd rather be sober.
He's the drummer. He's the stage manager, and he's the MIDI keyboard player.
That's my new title too.
That's his new title. Starts the tracks.
It's the MIDI keyboard starting tracks.
Space bar.
Do you use tracks live or not? Not really.
We use tracks.
Yeah. I always said I would never, but man, I love it. It's great.
It's almost a given now. I mean, you can't we got so many songs now. If it wasn't there, it's just it sounds so empty.
You'd be up shit creek.
Yeah, it helps a ton.
But I mean, if we ever have to cut the tracks off, I mean, we can play as a band. We're good.
I mean, my band's the same way.
Yeah.
But like I said, we just haven't been playing any shows. I mean, when COVID hit, we were on first of three on the Cole Swindell tour with Hardy. It was me and Hardy and Cole, and then we did like the first weekend of that tour, and then COVID hit, and then once that happened, I moved out to Dixon or Waverly, and just kind of
Did you enjoy the pandemic, or were you a little bummed out because it kind of screwed up your touring and all that stuff?
I mean, dude, I was positive.
Yeah.
I was positive about it. Like my team at Warner was like, hey, like, we don't know how long we're going to be in this, but like, we believe in you. Like, we're like, don't worry about nothing. Just keep writing so you have enough material for when the light turns green again.
And now it's starting to go again.
Yeah. My world started spinning again about 6 months ago.
Yeah.
But that started with like picking the songs I was recording and then going in the studio and recording them. And like all that shit started like 6 months ago.
How many of your songs that, you've got in the tank to come out are like old songs?
Dude, I've got a song called What You Know Good. To begin with, dude, Lost Right Now, I wrote that a year and a half ago. I've got a song coming out called What You Know Good. It'll probably come out in the fall.
Sweet.
I just don't know what's up yet. Just kind of now it just depends on like what starts kind of working. You got to get something to kind of.
What about Girl Problems? That ever?
I was told I probably shouldn't put that one out.
Yeah.
Great song. I think it's cool.
I think one day when we have a bunch of hits, maybe me and you should do it together, and then
just do it with a girl. We'll just do it with a girl and we'll be fine.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Maybe we can get Lainey on it.
Yeah, she's crushing it right now.
She's crushing it, bro.
Dude,
good for her, man. Miss Louisiana.
And she's awesome. She's a good person.
Yeah, so I just wrote songs out there, and I mean, life happened. Like, it was, I felt positive about everything because I was like, okay, I can write songs every day. This is gonna, but I would be lying if I said, I mean, if I didn't get burned out. I mean, I got so burned out, bro, to a point where like I was questioning if I even wanted to be doing this shit anymore.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, damn, I done been here for like almost 7 years. And like, I don't know, I just went crazy. I went crazy after like a year and a half because I started playing music, when I was 17.
Yeah.
So it's like I was on the road in front of people. Like
that's all weekend. Man. And it's like I'm not doing that anymore. So
so it was just so like. And then during my pandemic, I figured out that like, I had like a bunch of family trauma. From childhood trauma, from family stuff till my, until I left Georgia. I had so many traumatic things happen in my life to where it was like through therapy and shit.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh, like I've been on the road.
You hear that, folks? 2 country boys talking about therapy.
Oh yeah, bro. I'm like, shit, I've been on the road this whole time because I've been like, I don't want to stop and have to think about it.
Well, you run off of ambition for so long.
Yeah.
That's so like when my dad passed away, I was 26, and I feel like from 26 to like 32, like 30, I got divorced. So like from my dad dying and then my divorce, it was like, okay, I've got to like just put my head down and just like, I'm going to prove everybody wrong, type of thing, mentality, which was good for me, like it got me to the point that I'm at now, but at the same time, there was parts of me that hadn't healed, and I wasn't allowing myself to feel those things, and ran from those things.
Dude, I get it.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Yeah.
But I'm proud of you, buddy.
Yeah, man.
You're doing it, bro.
We're doing it.
Yeah, man. So I don't know. It was more, for me, it was more than like, because I don't want to sound like a whiny little bitch. That's like, oh my God, I've been in Nashville 6 years and I'm not like, because there's people that have been here for 15 years.
Yeah.
So it's
and
like,
don't even got a pub deal.
Yeah. It's not about that. It's like when it sucked for me because I realized how much weight I put on those things because I was not healed.
Yeah. Not doing
and once
stuff.
once I wasn't able to use that as an outlet, I had no choice but to sit home every day and just like deal with shit that I had no clue how to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
So it just like started this really dark place for like a long time.
Yeah.
But obviously I'm a big believer in God and stuff and like that, I definitely got closer to him through the pandemic and he pulls me through like he always does.
Yeah.
And I've just, so, I mean, I haven't done any tour dates until like 2 weekends ago, pretty much since that cold tour, which was 2 years ago. So like I said, I mean, shit, the fact that I'm 3 weeks away from being on the road every weekend again is amazing, but it's also like I feel healthy. Like I'm looking forward to going on the road because I love my job. Yeah. And now I'm looking at it like, oh shit, like I've got all these songs I've written that I feel like are me. And I'm about to be able to put these out and I'm going to have shows and like, if people want to come see me and hear the songs, they can, and that's cool. It's like I'm enjoying that and having fun and looking forward to that more so than I was prior to the pandemic. I think, I think I was
with a clear head.
Yeah, I think I was pretty, on a treadmill of just like, okay, yeah.
Well, they say everything happens for a reason, and maybe, maybe part of that reason was just so you get your mind right. I know for me, the pandemic allowed me time to hang out with people that I wouldn't normally hang out with. Like when I first moved up here, it was like, we got to go play 410 Roof shows all over wherever, South Carolina, Raleigh, whatever. So like, I'll get back Sunday night. I'll have 3 co-writes of people I barely even know, and then, but like pandemic happened. I started hanging out with like more like me and McKinney always hung out and I'd beat his ass in Madden, but I started hanging out with Maxwell and Dawson Edwards and all that, all those people.
That's a good crew right there.
And JB, and I mean, I met Joy Beth during the pandemic, and you know,
I have a write with her coming up pretty soon.
Oh man, that'll be a good one. And me and Ella have lived together since since I moved here, but just started hanging out with people, and then that kind of allowed for what happened coming out of the pandemic for me. So, but yeah, man,
I didn't meet you till the pandemic.
Yeah, we didn't meet. But I've always been a fan of yours, so this is kind of like a dream come true for me today.
Well, I'm a big fan.
Taking me back to the screen. So how does it go?
Giving me
the headlight glow. Yeah. Taking Me Back by Trea Landon. Y'all go check it out.
Dude, I think I've had enough people ask me about that song. I think I'm gonna have to recut it eventually and put it out again.
But it's out now, right?
It's out. It's out.
You got to do like a Taylor's version.
Well, I just how you look back on your early stuff and you're like,
oh, dude, my 2013 record is embarrassing. We had a pop artist on here a few weeks ago. His name's Baby Jake, and he was like, man, I went back and listened to your 2013 record, and I was like, oh no.
But what's ironic with that is, I mean, it's different when you're in Nashville, but like when you're on the road or like when you're back in your hometown, or like most people love that stuff. Like it'd be shocked. It surprises me how many people would be like, man, I like your first stuff you were doing better than stuff you're doing now.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
why would you say that to me?
I'm like, and because I listen to that stuff and I'm like, man, this shit I'm doing now is way cooler than that.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's so weird.
Yeah. I mean, I've had people say the same thing to me. I have this one guy. He's one of my biggest fans. He's been a fan since Breathless, the terrible music video. He's all like, when we go up to like North Dakota, South Dakota, he's like asking me if I'll add that in the set. And there's like no way in hell I'm going to do it. But like, he loves those songs.
Dude, you got to love it.
But anyways, man, we've rambled on for a long time. So what do you got coming up? You got a ton of new music in the tank. Do you have a release date? You got anything?
No, we're kind of just waiting. Like I said, we're going to go film the music video 2 weeks from tomorrow.
Yeah.
For Lost right now. So, I mean, we're just, that's my most healthy song I've ever put out.
Yeah.
As far as like my first week numbers are better than any song I've ever put out.
That's great.
And Love by Country Boys got like 12 or 13 million, I think. Man. Like on all platforms. So, I mean, that song did really well, and it streamed a lot less first week than Lost right now. So, based on like the trajectory and all the data that everybody looks at, it's doing really good. And I don't even know. It's crazy to get on TikTok and see all these videos that you're talking about. Yeah. The people just like posting shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know, it's so cool. But yeah, we're going to shoot that music video and then kind of ride the storm on that song until we feel like, oh shit, not as many people are listening to it now. Yeah. Whenever that time comes, we'll have something. I mean, the good news is I have so many songs ready to go right now that it's like.
Where can everybody find you on social media?
Just at Trea Landon.
At Trea Landon.
Trea, baby.
Yeah, he doesn't spell it Trey.
Trea.
Trea.
That's what all my Uber drivers call me.
Trea.
I'm just like, sure.
Yeah. I haven't met many people that spell Trey like that. That's crazy.
I don't think I've ever seen it either.
Yeah.
But I'm not good at paying attention.
Yeah.
I'm a big kid, bro.
You're a third?
I'm a third.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Me too. Well, dude, thanks for coming on to the podcast.
Yeah, man.
Glad we got to do it.
Hang in there, buddy. You'll meet you a girl one day.
Oh man, whatever.
You'll meet you a girl one day.
Whatever. I'll talk to you when this episode comes out. You won't have one anymore. So I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
I'm kidding. But yeah, man. Thanks for coming on. Y'all be sure to go check out Trea Landon. He's got. I'm sure a bunch of y'all already know who he is, but if you haven't heard of him, go check out his music. He's got a ton of music in the catalog. I listen to it a lot. He sends me his demos, so I get to listen to them before y'all do. And anyways, but yeah, man, thanks for coming on, and
thanks for having me.
Thank y'all for watching episode 18 of the DM Monday podcast, listening or watching. And please rate and subscribe. We'll see y'all later. Peace out.
Give a holler to that blue collar boy out in the holler. Let him ride you out the city, around the farm, do some fishing in the dark, get you digging out the stars a little closer out here. No, if you need a little change of view, you wanna see how that down home looks on you, light it up, he'll be gone, just give a country boy a call. If you wanna see what you hear in them country songs, wanna watch a harvest moon hang all night long, if you wanna stick them high risers in the rear view, he's got a cross hanging from the middle one. All you gotta do, just give a holler to that blue collar boy out in the holler. Let him ride you out the city, round the farm, do some fishing in the dark, get you digging how the stars a little closer.